Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And let's get started on these notes, okay? Today we are continuing that trend of parallel, perpendicular, and skew lines. However, today we are specifically focusing on parallel lines, and we are going to not only discover but list some of these new postulates and theorems that will be just another few postulates and theorems that we add to our arsenal for when it comes time to do more proofs. Okay, so these are just, more and more. We're going to continue to learn more. We got to keep them all straight. It's basically just intuition and putting a definition on it. It's been proven to happen every single time, therefore, it's a postulate or theorem. Okay, so we got some good stuff. Let's get started. All right, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to page 14 in our Unit 3 iBook. So if you have not yet downloaded the Unit 3 iBook, I would suggest doing that. It's got a lot of great resources, a lot of good checkpoints. And what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the investigations on page 14 of the Unit 3 iBook, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to tap each investigation, and it's going to bring you to GeoGebra, okay? You must sign in with your Google account. That's the only way you'll be able to log on, okay? But basically, it's just a step-by-step way in which we're going to kind of see corresponding angles, but by using illustrations and tools in order to really recognize them, okay? So follow along, okay? You can see all different types of angle pairs, okay? And then we can see how that angle now fits exactly in its corresponding position, okay? And we can see it with each position of the angles, okay? So, do this guy. Once you're done, come back. Okay, so if you paused and came back, you should have done the investigation 1, okay? And answer those questions at the bottom. Not a big deal if you just kind of breezed through them. I understand we got a lot of work to do today, but just, those are good questions, so I'd check them out, okay? So, we have to state what the corresponding angles postulate is, okay? That is, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then corresponding angles are, okay? And hopefully by using that investigation 1 and recognizing corresponding angles in their measurements, okay, we can state that they are congruent, okay? So, using this picture to the right, if I know that measure 3, the measure of angle 3 is equal to 52, and we'll kind of imagine this as that slider again. There's my corresponding angle of 7. So it asks me, what is the measure of 7? Well, I also know that the measure of angle 7 is equal to 52 degrees. How do I know that? Because I know that angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. Okay? Would this still be true if the lines were not parallel? Okay, so this is something that you should have explored in that investigation 1 GeoGebra applet, okay? It would show us, okay, and it would help us think about if this would be true if the lines were not parallel, okay? And no, it would not, okay? This postulate is specifically for two parallel lines, okay? All right, next up, you are going to investigation 2, which is on the same page. It's just opening up another GeoGebra account, okay? Do that investigation. Once you're done, come back, okay? Take a look at those questions at the end. Okay, so if you're listening again, that means you just completed investigation 2. All right, and it is asking us to state the consecutive interior angle supplement theorem. Okay, supplementary theorem, excuse me. So it says, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then consecutive interior angles are, well, just based off the title alone, I'm going to take a guess, but let's take a look. So I need consecutive interior angles. So interior meaning existing inside the lines, consecutive meaning they are happening on the same side of the transversal, okay? So this is asking us what those two items are, okay? So just to save us a second, let's go ahead and fill this in. They are indeed supplementary, okay? Which means, once again, add to 180 degrees, okay? So no matter what, if you have a pair of consecutive interior angles, you are going to know that they are going to be supplementary, okay? So what I want us to look at is, let's look at 4 and its corresponding angle of 8, okay? We just stated that corresponding angles are congruent, okay? So I know whatever 4 is, that's what 8 is too, okay? Now, if I were to take 8 and add 6, which is the other value of the consecutive interior angle, okay, if I were to add those together, I would make 180 degrees, okay? That's why, indeed, that when it's the same value as 4 up here, these together add to 180 degrees. All right, so if the measure of angle 3 equals 120, what is the measure of angle 5? Okay, well, I know that the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 5 has to equal 180 degrees. They're supplementary. Okay, well, I know that the measure of angle 3 is 120 degrees. And I'm looking to find the measure of angle 5. So I'm going to take away 120 from both sides. I get the measure of angle 5 is equal to 180 minus 120. That is going to be 60 degrees. Boom, there's our answer. Okay? Would this still be true if the lines were not parallel? Well, this theorem specifically states that it must be 2 parallel lines. So no, none. No, it would not. Okay, next up, investigation 3, alternate exterior angles. This is where I'm going to kind of cut out the video and you will then jump to video 2. Okay, so do that investigation.